got ROPSv versus Communing. Very cool. Are we? Are we?
Yep, time was
Good.
just called to start, so they're shuffling up. They just got the handshake, and we're off to the races here.
All right. So Yoda Communing versus ROPSv. It's Yoda Communing with Squadron assignments. Is that Jedi business?
Yes, it is.
Okay. It's very shiny.
Yeah, they got a bit of glare over on the right corner there.
I see a dark
Second,
maneuvers.
second ROPS deck that we've had on stream. I definitely feel like ROPS was one of the top decks out there. I would put it in my one of the 4 top dark decks, but I wasn't sure if people were going to be playing it today.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty skill intensive and it is pretty slow, even though this Ariadu has definitely made it faster.
Right. And I feel like commuting kind of, if you like, if you are good at understanding how to beat ROPSv, commuting should win most of the time. As far as like me playtesting and just like playing against, like, remember when ROPSv was really big when it was broken? Like, just learning how to beat ROPSv, main stacks usually won from my experience with it.
Yeah, I think it depend how much cards you're putting in to beat ROPS.
Right.
And how many, like, back in the day when you could play like Lana to Breed Sacrifice and have it be the best card in your deck.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were running 2 of those in an imbalance, it'd still be pretty hard for mains to beat that.
Well, and so full immunity is kind of the key, right? Like, if your Jedi can just survive, and they can't keep you flipped, and then also, like, if you can keep them off of their system from the drain 2, that's pretty big too.
It doesn't matter how much you're adding to your total battle destiny if the Jedi's fully immune. Except for battle damage, of course.
It's like he's playing Blizzard 1 in there, which is a interesting change that people have been doing. You just really like the extra armor and protection against under attack. He's got the Executor, Docking Bay,
Yep, just
and Greed.
setting up with some standard stuff, pulling the system with the starting interrupt out of his hand. And not saving any force, even though he's got his grabber out. So that's Malastare coming out with the Jedi Business effect.
Sorry, I gotta go. I have a slight emergency for like 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
No worries, Charlie.
Is he starting Squadron assignments?
I guess he must be if he's pulling Luke. He's got his cards kind of where we can't see him. But yeah, that's definitely a Squadron Assignments pull if I've ever seen one. So it's Walkling, Squadron Assignments, and Jedi Business are his 3 effects.
So Masasi Temple, it depends if you're playing space or not. Here, Brad is playing a space version. Um, but generally, the game plan is to go hard to 2 sites and have your saber so that you can, even though the Ralatier sites are drain of 1 for the light side player, if you have lightsabers or like BB-8, if you control those 2, then you can prevent your opponent from ever flipping. And then if they can't flip, then presumably you're going to be winning the battles, and then you'll be able to outpace them on the damage. If you have space there, you're maybe inclined to go to the system early to prevent them from flipping. Like here, Clay may be able to flip this turn if he wanted. He wasn't able to get Piet and Disan out turn 1. I think he did it because he knew that the shuttle was in his force pile, but having 2 characters that deploy for 2 and 2 to help you flip helps speed up ROPS quite a bit. And I couldn't tell if Brad had enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't think Brad had enough force to deploy Luke and then move over to Ralatier to stop a flip. I don't know if it was a mistake to play Ralatier.
I mean, that kind of answers the question before. The benefit of Jedi Business, one of the benefits is it pulls that location, gets you some activation, in addition to pulling matching sabers for your fully immune Jedi. But it does give the ROPS player somewhere to run in space and still be on a battleground system, which can be huge. Letting them get those little drains in for free on the ground.
Yeah, Chris, I think it is better to maybe own the 1 system. So this is Yomunning, so I think he also plays Camino, though. So I think he's just relying on Camino, Malastare.
Well, yeah, I think that's the Camino Twix site that he's got 3PO at. I think he just opening-handed that, so he went for a different pull or didn't activate or activated Camino or something.
Yeah, when the game plan is to try to maybe take 2 sites, you kind of want to get your activation out so that you can actually do that. I'm not really very excited about him playing Luke on turn 1. Like, I don't know what that's really going to do for him when Clay is just going to play the shield, and I don't know if he's going to pay 3 to drain.
Well, I mean, you can get that nice free upload of all wings combo, I guess.
Yeah, presumably he's playing other space.
Yeah, get you another step ahead in that regard.
Clay put down an Imperial Enforcement, which is huge.
That's the old domination, right? Retrieve when you win a battle or redraw your Imperials for Destiny.
Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't played that much ROPS recently, but when I have, I've actually started it over Endor Shield.
It seems very strong, yeah.
It feels like the best card in ROPS when it's out, so why wouldn't you just want to get it out every time?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're playing a deck that can consistently occupy more locations than you to keep it shut off, it seems like it's just a no-brainer.
So Clay just deploys and draws up.
Yeah, he's taking a very slow line here.
Was it 13 force for Brad? Grabs all wings.
Yeah, 13 is what I'm counting as well. Yeah, so pulls the all wings with Luke, which then immediately goes to fetch Wedge's ship. Not Wedge and ship this time. So you think he should stay at the battleground system, or should he move to Raltier to try and prevent the flip?
I think it depends on, yeah, I don't know.
It's not really going to prevent much when you can just play a ship to occupy and then move away, I guess. So better to stay at the battleground, it seems to me.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I feel like if you spent more force to deploy, move there, you're really not prepping yourself for your next turn. Where you,
Right, you're just going to end up having to move back.
And the other thing is that you'd be like, yeah, so you're just deploying that. Clay's just going to be happy to flip and get out the shuttle to Malistair.
Yeah, I think Clay would be totally fine with that.
Which is Parsec 3, so...
Correct. Yeah, no issues of hyperdrive on this board right now. Nothing higher than a 3. Playing in the core worlds. Clay picks up his Gick before he recirculates. And 13 forced for Clay. Although I'm not sure where all that's coming from. That was what I counted him activating, but...
well, there's one from Yoda.
Oh, the dock.
Yomunning, and then one from Walkling.
Oh, I was talking about Clay. Clay just activated 13.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 13.
Oh, okay. I must have miscounted. Sorry. So it looks like he pulls Emperor's shuttle with the San in his control phase. In the deploy phase, out comes the last Raltier location, last of the spaceport sites.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh, not a problem. Welcome back. Hope everything's alright over there.
Oh yeah, it's not a serious emergency. Just an emergency. So he stacked up.
Yeah, Clay just stacked the docking bay last turn and drew some cards. Looks like he's going for the flip now, though.
No damage has gone out yet.
No, I don't think Brad paid the drain. Or perhaps he did and I missed it.
So he plays Malistair and then I assume Camino.
Yeah, we think he activated the Camino or missed the pull on the Camino. Because he's just got the Camino Twix out there right now. But a viewer in chat said he saw Camino go into hand with 3PO. So presumably he's got it in his hand.
That system is pretty impossible to take, huh? Good thing you gave him another system to go to.
Yeah, we were just debating that earlier, if it was a smart play putting Malistair down or not. Or if you're better off just leaving the one battleground system and fighting over that. So Clay goes for the flip and then uses the street to zip Erica over to join the party at the docking bay. Thrawn remains by himself at the prefect's office, though. Which, him being a leader, does of course give the nice bonus to +1 deploy and forfeit, or power and forfeit of all Imperials.
But one of the toughest things to decide these days when you're playing against ROPS is what to grab. Because rescuing with the errata to rescue in the clouds, you can no longer just cancel close call. So you have to consider whether or not you're going to be grabbing close call, GIC, trample, or
Right.
Or command.
Because whatever you don't grab, they're going to be looping with the text on insignificant rebellion. Even the lost interrupts.
I think usually it's close call over gig.
Yeah, I don't think you can really grab GIC. It kind of depends on what your deck does and the draw that you have, but
It looks like Brad might have backed up a little bit there to put a Drain of 2 in before he deploys Mace with lightsaber. Yep. So Mace to the prefect's office, projection negates the drain at the docking bay. And that's the sand effect that looks like just went down for Brad as well.
Pretty good setup so far. Wonder why he consolidated Arica.
Yeah, I would have thought maybe she would have gone with Thrawn instead to back him up a little bit. Brad misses his first swing, it looks like. Oh,
Jeez.
second one does it, though.
Now you can add one. I think we're like slightly behind because I'm watching the stream, but okay, yeah, he adds one.
No, you just played that card. I think you're only a second or two back. So Mace is immune to... He's just immune with Jedi business, right?
Yeah, actually, he is just immune.
So I don't know if he even...
Oh, he took a card with sand.
Yeah, so Sand canceled out the command.
It's a 6. But he's fully immune.
Brad's got a feel 4, I think.
Does he?
Or 3?
What did he draw for Destiny?
I thought he drew it 2. It looked like a Hujix combo. Or did I?
Yeah, he did. He drew an 8 to...
Yeah, so it'd be 8-8 then, so no battle damage.
No, I thought it was General Thrawn. So he's a power 4, becomes 5 with the previous office.
And then he drew a...
He drew a 4, and then plus 2
+2.
would be 11. The Mace, which is base 6, Destiny 2 is 8, so you should have been down by 3.
He should have peeled 3, yeah.
Yeah, they might have missed some of those bonuses. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they both missed that.
Clay retrieves one with Erica there. Just got his Thrawn back. Then Clay plays a force push to search his force pile for any old card he pleases.
Oh no. Never mind. He's not +2 because he took a card off of sand.
No, ROPS is just plus 2 to the total.
Yeah, ROPS gets past Sand, right? Because it
yeah,
affects the total.
Right. Okay, yeah. I don't know.
It looks like Clay's really thinking about that Dioxis.
What's funny about that is he was trying to find it in our chat. Maybe they have a Doxus. I need really bad.
What's the thought with is just to cancel the game text?
I guess it must be because the other function only works at interior sites, I thought.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So,
it doesn't work against this deck, I think.
yeah, if you cancel Mace's game text, he still gets the immunity from Jedi Business, right?
Hmm.
Does stop him from swinging a second time. So
Yeah, it does stop that,
I guess it would be good against like Qui-Gon.
but so does a close call, you know?
Yeah, it seems pretty limited, but
Yeah, it seems like it'd be a lot better in a deck like CCT where you've got the interior sites to take advantage of that secondary potential blowout text. But canceling a Jedi's game text can come in clutch for sure. Just knock out that immunity. Obviously, like we said, it doesn't work on Mace, but can definitely result in killing a guy in the right time situation.
I'd be pretty interested in beating up Mace as much as I can this turn. If you just saw the Hujix combo,
Yeah.
feels like he's not going to have Hujix. He could have the Jedi Council member version of Hujix.
So Clay drops Ninth Sister, and I'm not sure who that second card is.
Seventh Sister and Ninth.
It was another one of the sisters. Okay.
He used Seventh Sister to draw a card up at top.
But he does cancel Mace's game text.
Oh, guy doesn't realize it. I don't think he'll get him.
And he grabs it.
He grabbed Dioxys.
He did. That does not seem like the optimal grab in this matchup, but what do I know?
Yeah, I would not be grabbing Dioxys.
Well, he knows he has Master Qui-Gon is a Serene Jedi.
So one of the characters gets hit. And a 6 versus 2 for Battle Destiny.
That's a bad draw. That stinks because he's got all those characters in his deck for enforcement.
And then Clay uses the exchange to swap the Blizzard Scout 1, it looked like, for Blizzard 1. I think that's what he was searching for with the Force Push, was a walker for Veers. So now he's got one with the exchange from the Insignificant Rebellion.
Now we're gonna figure out if he realizes he's fully immune.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
He pitches him right now.
What's the power difference? It's
I don't think he gets the bonus from the office. So
he doesn't.
Yeah, neither of them are leaders.
11 to Mace 6 plus what he draw?
He drew a 6.
12.
So yeah, I think Clay should have enough forfeit to cover everything here. It's just whether or not they realize Mace is immune, which it looks like. I mean, Mace is staying put, so I think he's aware. And the the image is coming down a little late in the game here. A little bit of a revert there. And then the street, of course, teleports them away from that obnoxious drain -1 from projection.
I gotta say, deploying in your move phase is real strong.
Yeah. This is another situation where he's playing Ralobs. Why is he fighting? I don't feel like he needs to fight, especially when he's going to be fully immune.
Yeah, I think maybe Clay just didn't realize that he wasn't actually going to cancel any immunity there.
Does he not have an Emperor in his hand? That might be an issue. But he did do a fort. Did he do a?
He has Emperor in hand.
Oh, he does.
He did the force
Yeah.
push, but he pulled the Dioxys with the force push. And we all saw how that went.
He's got a close call and a dark maneuvers. Can't be worried about guns. So just go to Malice there and spread out. Is what I would do. Especially
But he
with
wish he had his Dioxys now.
Too bad it's grabbed.
What just happened to his use pile?
I don't know. I think he deployed Qui-Gon. They play really fast. Like, he hasn't even killed cards yet, and he's already got Master Qui-Gon or Qui-Gon on the table.
Slices Eric up.
They already drawn Destinies. Man, they play fast.
So Brad can place the meditation in Lost Pile to add a Destiny, which I think is what he's doing here by turning it sideways. So the meditation's going to go lost, but he gets a hell of a lot of attrition there.
He has a 5 and a 4, plus 2 from Qui-Gon, so you have 11 to satisfy.
Any close calls, it'll be
So that'd be Piet and Ozzel.
Yeah, it doesn't really need a close call. I think he could have saved Arca though, right? Didn't he draw 4/4?
He drew pretty high. Yeah, it looked like a 4-4 or a 4-5 for Erica.
Because he needed a 5, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, no, it was high. It was like a 5-4, 5-5. One of them was
Well,
playing
there's-
sense.
We got a successful sense on the close call, but Clay did put out his do or do not shield, so Brad peels a couple for that sense. Hey, thanks for the subscription, Ming. 21 months. You are on a roll.
So, once the access gets grabbed, you can like, alright, he can't, he's not gonna grab my Gick ever again. So now I can just go, as long as I can draw Destiny at every site, if I can flip right now, it should be good, right? Like, you can just like,
Just
never gonna-
abuse that Gick.
you just abuse the Gick and constantly have,
Right, and just
Great.
draw a Destiny and add 4 to it every time.
yeah.
Oh wow, he peels everything. He didn't have to lose everything, right?
No, he could have lost Piet, and then Ozzel would have been 11.
Yeah. Interesting.
This is looking real bad for Clay.
Yeah, he's not in the position he wants to be in here. Brad just playing it safe, putting his two guys together at the site in the middle, while simultaneously getting himself away from the -1 drain from the image of the Dark Lord.
This game would look a lot different if he did not put the system out right away, I think.
You're saying if Clay hadn't put the system out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, he could just go to the other system too. So I don't. Maybe it would look similar. But it'd be only a drain of 1, or be a drain of 0 if he flipped. If he was at
Right.
Alistair instead of
Until Brad wins a pod race, anyways.
right. Soon. You can't bot race late in the game, right? Start of game.
I mean, in theory, you could
too bad.
if you found all the pieces, but yeah, nobody would, obviously.
I thought about building a Diplo that you would pull the arena.
The fake out pod racing.
Yeah, and then you pull into the pod racing.
Bust him out of shields, and you just drop all the stuff out of your hand. So Clay's sitting here thinking about what he's going to do to turn this one around.
I'd be like pretty tempted to control set for stun one of the guys in space and then beat
Oh,
up the
yeah.
other guy.
He does have a 6 that the Dark Maneuvers.
Right, he did place that and used right before that battle last turn, or during that battle. So hopefully he's got some Destiny set up, because yeah, control set for stun would be really punishing in space.
The only
If he has Veers,
yeah, Veers would be the only way, because he's still got a card on sand, so.
played Emperor with Shuttle at the same time. And paid 2.
He's like,
Does he know he has the sand effect out?
He's going to find out real quick if he doesn't.
It might be just, playing on stream gives you more anxieties. You forget
Oh, it
stuff.
definitely ups the pressure, yeah.
That's pretty good. If he puts the non-V Vader shuttle with Vader on it, and then that first down's one of them, you don't get a Destiny.
Right, because he needs ability greater than 6. Well, Luke wouldn't get a Destiny. Wedge draws if unable to otherwise, so Wedge would still.
That Luke's only.
Oh, the rapid fire! Holy shit, does he have 3/4 saved? Deploys a gun as a react. And there's the fist bump. He didn't. I don't think he had any force saved, or he missed anyways.
Yeah, 0.
He missed.
I think I remember Desai said his one loss for OCS last month was this matchup. So,
Desai was the ROPS.
yeah.
Yeah.
It does seem tricky with guns too. I was thinking about it, like, I feel like if I played ROPS, which I wouldn't, but if I played ROPS day 1 this tournament, I would probably play the Thrawn that cancels weapon destinies. But who knows?
Yeah, so Clay didn't even draw high enough to crack Brad's immunity in that last battle because of sand. So Clay had to peel his Emperor just to cover the battle damage and run away.
Are they still going? I thought that was like I lose spot.
I thought it was too for a second there, but then he missed. Then he missed the shot. Like if he had missed the shot, I think that would have been a good game bump. But I mean, as it is, he's still draining 2 and 2 for free right now, and there's the control just used to cancel a drain.
You think he just retrieved 2? Oh. I don't know why he retrieved.
I mean, he's got Luke.
Luke, and then maybe the communing. The Yoda.
Oh yeah, he could have burned his once per game Yoda to get back something important there, and the 2/2 sight he drew for Destiny last turn comes out with Yoda as well.
Ray.
Yeah, Ray and the Falcon. Oh man, and Solo. That's probably going to clear if he draws well. Yeah, that'll be enough to knock Clay off the table.
4-4.
I missed Clay's draw. Was he able to break immunity?
It was a 4, so no.
Yeah. Nothing's going Clay's way this game.
Well, he needs a 7 too because of Yoda's hut.
Oh, right, that -2 attrition.
probably the most underrated. Although it's not underrated, part of that deck is that all your characters are immune to way more.
Yeah, and there's the handshake. I think that was the good game handshake there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that text on the hut is probably stronger than anything on Yoda himself.
That's why like Hanshui Falcon in this deck is nuts. With a sand effect out, man, it's so hard to clear.
Yeah, I mean, unless he can flip somehow, which I think Clay was a little too slow to get on the board there. He spent that second turn just hiding at the docking bay. I think he needed to flip a little bit sooner. And
Don't play their game, play yours. Flip, don't stay spread out. Still, seems like a hard matchup for ROPS.
that did seem really tough for him, yeah, with those fully immune guys. Anyways, I'll go grab one of them, see if they want to come in and talk to you too, do a little interview for us.
Sure.
Let me see, I think this headset works too. Does this headset work? Can you guys hear me on this one? I'm not sure. Anyways.
Okay.
Get on the captain's chair there. Grab that headset on the right. Here's another chair. I'm not sure if that other headset works or not.
Are you leaving this open?
Yeah, it locks if you close it.
Oh, we don't want Jan locks.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, take
Hey,
your time,
we're doing good.
As long as you want. I think this headset works. It might not.
So when you came to this tournament, ROPS, something you were expecting?
Can you guys hear me?
Absolutely.
Oh no, I can't.
Is that a game plan, huh?
Well, yeah, but Clay and I worked on the ROPS together. We're both playing ROPS. And we're playing pretty much the same list. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe 2 or 3 cards different. Like he's playing a barrier, I'm not, because I think there's too many cancelers.
Right. Yeah. Was this like you went with Yoda Community like this version like specifically because you thought you'd see a lot of ROPS here, or?
Actually, it's designed to beat Shadow Collective and Walkers. But it just happens to have an okay matchup against Ralops. And it's not bad against the rest of the field. Bring 'em Before Me was another concern, so I'm playing Virgins. And I just go to space against them. I don't ever go to the ground. I just drain for 3 in space and retrieve 1 with Luke.
Sure, that makes sense. The seeing Jedi business, but and then having a Dioxis, that's gotta hurt a little bit.
Well, I actually told Clay about the Dioxis. And that's not even my idea. It was my playtest partner, Finn's fan. He's a good player. He's an Orlando local, and we actually just got together recently to start playtesting. And he had phenomenal observations about ROPS. And we playtested on Sunday. We actually played 8 games. We simulated the tournament. I played against 4 different decks on each side. And that was phenomenal to get me prepped for this. So I just want to say a big shout out to him. Thank you.
Wow, that's a lot of prep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at Worlds, I didn't do so well partly because I didn't get sleep. I have a sleep disorder, and I'm a light sleeper, and my roommate snored. So I didn't do well at Worlds. And so this time, Brian Fred hooked me up with some earplugs.
Hey, who told you about the earplugs?
You did. You did, Clay. And the earplugs helped. I got 7 hours of sleep. I feel good. I feel rested. And I think I'm playing well. I hope I'm playing well.
Yeah, he didn't make any mistakes at all. He let me revert a couple of times. No, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. My headset doesn't
I
work.
can hear you just a little bit.
Here, I'm going to pass it over to Clay.
Okay.
Hey guys,
Hey, how's it going?
going good. Going good. I just faced a great deck that against this field, if he loses a game, I'm going to be shocked.
Yeah, it looked uphill for Ralops, especially when you're slotting in Dioxys and Macy's just immune anyways, right?
Yeah. And I've totally forgot about that. And, he pointed out to me afterwards. And he offered the revert. It's like, no, at this point, you're going to grab it anyway. It doesn't matter what I do with it. So, no. Against the Yomunning decks, you can't start your ROPS the way you want to. You can't get out Piet and Dasane and start everything. So you're turned behind to begin with. So he comes out with Luke first turn into Raidu. Unless I open-handed the shuttle package, he's safe and he knows it. So
And I had the rapid fire the entire time. I was voting him.
he open-handed rapid fire. He said.
I was hoping you were going to come down with the shuttle lot earlier.
So the way my deck is built, I took out the 1 cents. I do a barrier stuff like that, but I didn't have any answers for this. None at all.
Yeah, and then like maybe Blizzard 1 would be like your saving grace, but it looked like you top decked that kind of early.
I did, and I made the mistake. We battled before. I had Blizzard Scout 4 in my hand, and I just totally gapped on it. I was just into that battle and totally forgot to swap out, which would have gave it to me a turn earlier, which would have helped. But in the essence, I mean, I'm sure you guys on the stream saw his hand after we shook hands. He had answers for everything. Fortunately, I only have to play against this deck once today,
Yes.
right?
Nobody else is playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So how's everything going there? How's the tournament so far?
People that have never been up here to Seattle need to come up here. It is a good time. Worfs takes care of us all. Harpster always shows up. Of course, you got Joe and Phil and the rest of the gang, and it's always a great time up here. I mean, this is one of the tournaments that if I can only make 2 majors a year, this is always one of them. I love these guys. I love this community. All of our teams, we're not staying totally segregated. We're still talking tech with everybody. We're all helping out the newbies like we should be.
Yeah.
Team tournament yesterday was a blast. I'm reminding my opponent to, hey, no, go get Herc his shit before you activate. No, come on, do all this. It's really just about having fun. And, even though I got my butt kicked, when it's against a good deck, against a good player, and a good guy, you go with it. You can't be upset about that.
I just won the best games.
Yeah, I admit that I didn't know that you guys were put your decks together. It explains the force strain after deploying Mace.
Yeah.
And the deploy of the image after the battles.
Yeah, because I'm like, Brad, I got sidetracked, and he's like, no, throw it down, because the Dioxys, I wasn't aware of the Jedi business, and he pointed it out to me, and he's like, yeah, I would have done this. He goes, well, go for it. So yeah, we backtracked a couple of times. Like, I figured out I forgot to pay for Dasani because we were doing other things at that time, and I'm looking at the 2 force that was used, and I'm like, I think I forgot to pay for Dasani. So the next turn, I just took 2 force right off the bat and just get it paid for to even it out,
And I appreciate it.
Got it.
Yeah, so no, any mistakes in this game were made by me. And we were talking to each other the whole time. I don't know if you guys could hear us on the mic or not, but no, we were having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did make a comment. I was like, man, they're playing fast. Like, they must be comfortable playing against each other.
Actually, I think, isn't this the first time we've ever played?
Yes, it is.
But at every major, we're both smokers, so we hit the smoking area and we talk tech. We're not necessarily teammates, but we have the same interest in decks.
Yeah, we did. We play almost exactly the same stuff on our side, at least.
Yeah, and the same style, the way we play. So, he and I hit it off. And it was last year, year before, the first time we met?
Last year, the first time I played real life in 8 years.
Yeah, so, we talk it up. We're not so tight-knit to our teams that we don't talk tech with other guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If that was a contingency, I wouldn't play.
Yeah.
So I have a question about, because we're not there, we can't look around, but what is the meta looking like?
Well,
from what you've seen.
Right now, my 3 opponents, I played Gase first, who was No Idea, and of course No Idea versus ROPSv at the time, and I had more used interrupts than he did. Second opponent was Kyle, and Kyle played basically ROPS with a little bit more beatdown with the sniper combos with the UR beatings and stuff like that. Reading the room so far, it's nothing like it was yesterday, because yesterday all we saw was space weapons everywhere. Everywhere.
I haven't seen one yet.
Yeah.
Other than my own.
Yeah. And and so hence the ceasefire in my deck, but I didn't feel that it would have mattered at that point. I still would have had to forfeit everybody. And he missed the shot anyway, so that was
Yep.
weird. The 1-0 in his deck.
Yeah. The Dusty's pretty good in there.
Yeah. So, yeah, yesterday was all space weapons, and there was a lot of people trying out Yops and things like that. But today I see Lightside leaning more towards a Yomunning and a Q-Muning. NI is still popular. I haven't seen anyone with an OA deck yet, but I'm sure it's out there. Oh, the Dioxys?
Yeah, talk about
Here, you do that. Here, I'm going to pass you guys off to Brad.
Alright, thanks, Ben.
Starship weapons in every single game so far.
Yeah. So, Dioxys was actually the tech card that we had for ROPS for this weekend, because the main threat ROPS has is Jedi. So we figured that Dioxys would be good for killing Yoda or Obi-Wan or whoever. The only problem is Jedi business. Like, you can't do it to Mace. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that some people have been running 2 Blizzard Scout 1s.
Yeah, we are both running 2 Blizzard Scout 1s. And we're playing Dioxys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. For sure.
Like we came prepared to play against Mace. That was the deck that we said we were gonna try to not lose to, because it's the worst matchup.
Yeah, as you guys saw my hand.
Shadow Collective there?
I saw Shadow Collective with Miyashiro in the first round.
Okay.
That wasn't. I mean, he's a very good competitor. No play errors. Great guy. But I built my deck to beat Shadow Collective, so it was pretty lopsided.
Sure. Yeah, it looks tough. I mean, especially because you can go to space and tree and then...
Well, I mean, you get free drains. They don't. You get retrieval. They don't, unless they got first strike. It's just you have a good matchup against Shadow Collective, and that was the one thing I wanted to do.
Cool. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
The interview.
Appreciate it.
Good luck with the game.
Thank you.
Looks like we got... It's 3... No, wait. It's 1:30. We got maybe... 15 minutes till the end of the round? 10 minutes?
Should we do a trivia?
Yeah, let's do our trivia.
So what is the prize?
We need Jan
Is
for
Jim
that.
Knapp in there? Does he know?
I can look into it. AI foils. We can give away a Decree VAI or a Jump Digital Booster Pack.
Yeah, I think. What are people in? First person in chat. What do you want to win?
Yeah. Imp Decree AI or a Jump Booster Pack AI. AI Booster Pack. Alright, Imp Decree V AI.
Okay. Should I do the one we talked about? Okay.
Yeah.
This is maybe a little complex of a trivia question. But I would like the first person to name 5 pairs of characters when alone together at a site will draw 3 Battle Destiny. Will win the prize, and you cannot use Boba Fett Bounty Hunter as one of the characters. So I'm looking for 5 pairs. Yeah.
See how fast people figure this out.
Yeah, I think some people will get 2 or 3 real quick. Getting 5 is going to be tough.
Oh wait, maybe it's just 4 that I'm looking for. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm looking for 4 pairs.
I think that even the first person to get 3 should win a prize.
Can I edit my thing? Oh, there. It's the internet, it never goes away.
I think we needed to specify that question a little better. Because Dorsche is technically not wrong.
No, you cannot assume other.
We were looking for 3 Battle Destiny on one side. So, like, for instance, Boba Fett Bounty Hunter, you can't use him, but, like, him and, was it IG-88 with Riot Gun would draw 3.
Yep.
Looking for something like that.
Here, fix it. Dr. E. They dropped 3?